是文明社会的重中之重. Building the soul garden, the cornerstone of a civilized society. Jiefeng, November 23, 2024. Unseen factors determine the nature of visible phenomena. If humanity aspires to enter a truly civilized society, relying solely on tangible elements such as governance, power, laws, wealth distribution, weapons, aid, or charity will not suffice. The only viable path lies in purifying the hearts of every global citizen and ensuring that the weeds and poisons in their soul gardens are entirely removed. A person's actions are driven by their consciousness, which functions as their soul garden. The state of this garden, whether beautiful or desolate, is dictated by the thoughts and values it contains. When someone's consciousness is consumed by the worship of money and power, an inflated sense of superiority, constant comparison, or emotions like envy, hatred, and greed, they inevitably bring harm to others and to society as a whole. When the soul garden is neglected, corruption and tyranny flourish among officials who disregard human life. Intellectuals flatter the powerful and distort the truth. Merchants sell counterfeit goods and inferior products, passing them off as authentic. Corporations resort to fraud, producing adulterated or harmful goods. Ordinary people scheme, deceive, and harm each other. Vices such as excessive drinking, gambling, promiscuity, drug abuse, fraud, extortion, swindling, and theft become widespread. The natural cycles of the seasons are disrupted, social order descends into chaos, and few people achieve a fulfilling and beautiful life. When the soul garden is uncultivated, the costs of running society skyrocket. Interpersonal interactions become riddled with conflict and mistrust. Integrity fades as selfishness, deceit, and cunning take over. Relationships, whether familial, friendly, or romantic, are reduced to tools for personal gain. Bureaucracy, commerce, and romantic relationships turn into battlegrounds or gambling dens, where the powerful fear for their family's extermination, the wealthy fear kidnapping, and ordinary people devolve into violent mobs. The futility of nations. Are nations truly useful? Nations have existed for thousands of years, yet beyond bringing war, plunder, and the creation of barriers and borders, what have they contributed to humanity? When every nation prioritizes its own interests, as in America first, the inevitable result is ruthless competition and unending conflict. The strong dominate through force, while the weak live in fear and injustice. Nuclear blackmail and threats are prime examples of this pattern. The futility of religion. Are religions genuinely beneficial? Religions have existed for millennia, but have they brought humanity peace, happiness, and harmony? Can souls numbed by dogma experience true joy, freedom, or fulfillment? Can minds closed by rigid beliefs dream of paradise? The futility of laws. Are laws effective? Every country has a legal system, with countless statutes and regulations covering every conceivable issue. Yet, have they prevented wars and conflicts? Have they enabled the average person to live a prosperous and happy life? Do they guarantee freedom of movement or freedom to dissent? Have they reduced crime rates? A call for reflection. Take, for example, the issue of illegal immigration. If legal migration were a viable option, who would risk their life to migrate illegally? Who would leave their homeland if they could survive there? What is the true essence of law? True law is any approach, pathway, channel, measure, or method that enables people to live happily, freely, and joyfully. Anything that hinders these outcomes cannot be called law. Earth itself is a small village within the vast cosmos. A true legal framework would allow its inhabitants to migrate freely within this village. If illegal immigration is deemed a crime, then all humans are guilty because the Earth initially had no inhabitants. Where did you come from? Are we not all illegal immigrants from other planets who settled on Earth? Take the United States as an example. Aside from its indigenous peoples, everyone else qualifies as an illegal immigrant. The U.S. is essentially a stronghold built by illegal immigrants. If your ancestors' illegal immigration was justified, why is it unjustified for others who came later? Isn't the strength of the United States today a result of the contributions of those so-called illegal immigrants? Why then expel immigrants now? Why not allow unrestricted migration so that everyone on Earth can immigrate to the U.S., transforming the entire planet into a united America? Wouldn't that be a good thing? Historically, how many places that strictly restrict outsiders have managed to become civilized, prosperous, or strong? The cost of neglecting the soul garden. Entrepreneurs reflect. Where do most of your time and energy go? Is it not consumed by managing interpersonal relationships? Are these costs not overwhelming? If everyone's soul garden were beautiful, would you still lose sleep or feel constant anxiety? Each of us should ask ourselves, have not most of our greatest troubles, pain, frustration, and worry been caused by other people? The powerful oppress you, the powerless deceive you, and loved ones betray you. If the people you encounter had perfect soul gardens, where would toxic food, blackmail, fraud, deception, theft, or robbery come from? A collective purification. History must be critically examined, reality scrutinized, and authority openly questioned. Without such deep reflection and scrutiny, the path forward will only grow narrower, steeper, and more challenging to traverse. A collective purification of humanity's soul is the best path to a world where the weather is harmonious, peace prevails, and everyone enjoys a beautiful life. 逆袭跨越阶层之途. True reversal. The path to transcending life levels. Jiefeng. December 1, 2024. Society abounds with discussions and teachings about reversing one's destiny and transcending life levels. Recent internet trends, including time travel dramas and tales of marrying CEOs, encourage people to pursue so-called pathways to success and destiny alteration. Additionally, countless guides on elite thinking and breakthrough strategies further amplify these misleading notions. These teachings, whether promoting destiny reversal, life-level transcendence, or elite thinking, are doctrines of demonic origin and belong to demonic teachings that aim to corrupt the human mind and pull individuals toward lower realms of existence. What does true reversal mean? True reversal signifies the elevation of one's life level to a higher spiritual or existential state. For instance, a fox transforming into a human is a genuine reversal. A pig evolving into a human signifies transcendence. The ultimate form of reversal and transcendence occurs when a human ascends to become a celestial being or a Buddha. If a poor person becomes wealthy, acquires luxury cars, mansions, and servants, or a government worker rises to a position of director, commanding others with authority and surrounded by sycophants, this does not represent a true reversal of fate or an elevation of life levels. Instead, it is akin to a fly landing on dung, a momentary gain, or a balloon swelling only to burst. A skinny pig growing fat remains a pig, and a lazy pig rising to a position of authority among pigs still represents no reversal or transcendence. A society that measures value by wealth or power operates under a demonic system designed to tempt humanity toward lower realms of life. A society obsessed with money and authority is a garbage society, brimming with vulgar flattery and rife with petty competition. True reversal and transcendence occur when a person's life ascends to the state of a celestial being or Buddha, transitioning from the mortal world to heaven. In contrast, a poor person becoming rich or an ordinary person rising to an official position is akin to running in circles, trapped in a ghostly maze. How can one achieve true reversal and transcend life levels? Maintain the purity and simplicity of your heart. This is more precious than any amount of material wealth. Focus your inner vision on truth, kindness, beauty, love, faith, and sincerity. Do not fixate on money, power, or hollow fame. Listen to the teachings of Christ Jesus, Buddha Shakyamuni, Laozi, and Dayform Buddha, Xiefeng, the spiritual guide of life Echanuan, and discard all other misleading doctrines and advice. Move toward the state of possessing nothing and yet having everything, a higher realm of unity and abundance. Strive to be unselfish, selfless, detached, and free from resentment to the greatest extent possible. Contribute to others in society as much as you can without concerning yourself with personal gains or losses. In your interactions with others, avoid scheming, plotting, or setting traps. Even if you are deceived or taken advantage of, maintain your honesty and innocence. Surrender your eternal life to the greatest creator and let the Tao guide your earthly journey. Your sole task is to ensure that you remain happy and joyful every day. If you can adhere to these 8 principles, you will undoubtedly achieve true reversal and transcend life levels. 生存呢还是生活呢? Survival or living? Jiefeng. April 18, 2011. Is life about merely surviving or truly living? Survival and living are two completely different concepts. Survival means existing just to stay alive, while living means striving to fulfill life's value and purpose. Survival involves endless toil for basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, and the inevitabilities of life: birth, aging, sickness, and death. Living is about striving and ascending toward ultimate ideals. Survival is about maximizing the pursuit of wealth and satisfying physiological needs. Living is about enjoying life. What behaviors define survival? Answer: study, study, and study again. Work, work, and work more. Hustle, hustle, and hustle endlessly. Earn money, earn more, and keep earning. Possess, acquire, and accumulate even more. Get married, start a family, and raise children. For those focused on survival, the sole aim is to amass material wealth and expand their influence. What behaviors define living? Answer: enjoy learning. Relish work. Avoid excessive possessions, overexertion, or unnecessary pursuits. Do not fixate on marriage or starting a family. Those who truly live center everything around enjoying life, pursuing happiness, freedom, and fulfillment, and maximizing spiritual and emotional wealth. All those who exhaust themselves for food, clothing, shelter, transportation, birth, aging, sickness, and death are survivors. All those who live carefreely to experience life and enjoy its essence are truly living. All those who toil and labor for their children and future generations are survivors. All those who seek enlightenment to elevate their character are truly living. All those who learn, work, and labor to possess more material wealth are survivors. All those who learn and dedicate themselves to gain greater spiritual and emotional wealth are truly living. All those who are always frowning and sighing are survivors. All those who are always smiling, cheerful, and open-minded are truly living. All those who are negative, pessimistic, and despairing are survivors. All those who are positive, optimistic, and full of aspirations are truly living. All those who are endlessly busy and anxious are survivors. All those who proceed calmly and methodically are truly living. All those who are greedy and insatiable are survivors. All those who are leisurely and joyful are truly living. Survivors concentrate on staying alive and improving their survival. Those who truly live focus on how to enrich and enjoy their lives. Survivors lead lives lacking quality, taste, refinement, and hope. Those who truly live lead lives full of flavor, elegance, depth, and hope. The characteristics of survivors are anxiety, worry, busyness, calculation, emptiness, loneliness, pessimism, and fear. The characteristics of those who truly live are ease, freedom, leisure, open-mindedness, fulfillment, joy, optimism, and carefree living. When observing humanity, we are astonished to find that the vast majority live for survival as survivors, while only a very small number live for the sake of living. If you feel you must study, work, strive, compete, and cope, then you are a survivor. If you feel that studying and working are forms of enjoyment, that diligence is a fulfilling game, and that interacting with others is purely for friendship and love, then you are truly living. Dear reader, in your lifetime, are you merely surviving, or are you truly living? 禅院草提升品味八法 8 ways for Chanyuan celestials to cultivate refinement. Jiefeng. September 27, 2013. Refinement reflects a person's lifestyle and the quality of their character. Those with high taste exude elegance, noble character, extraordinary refinement, and a transcendent spirit. Those with refinement are like orchids exuding a subtle fragrance, roses emitting their sweet aroma, or diamonds reflecting brilliant light, a delight to the senses. In contrast, those with low taste are like the stench of latrines or the reek of chicken manure, offensive and overwhelming, causing discomfort and revulsion. The Chanyuan celestials living in the second home already possess a refined, extraordinary, and sacred taste. However, learning and improving have no limits. We must continue to strive and climb toward greater heights of refinement. Mastering arts and skills with a heart free of desires, one's world is pure. Sitting with books and music, one becomes a celestial. While it's unnecessary for every Chanyuan celestial to master all art forms, such as music, chess, painting, calligraphy, singing, or dancing, each should be proficient in at least one. Whether it's playing an instrument, dancing, singing, writing poetry, painting, or mastering a practical skill, every celestial should cultivate a unique talent. Admiring beauty and speaking with grace under the moonlight and beside blooming flowers, one should fully embrace and appreciate the beauty of the natural world, delighting in the gentle spring breezes that sway green willows and captivate the soul, as well as the graceful reflections of silhouettes that stir romantic feelings. The endless charm of blooming flowers and the moonlit sky can always intoxicate the soul. Immerse yourself in the elegance of nature, where birdsong and floral scents evoke a celestial paradise. The boat seems to float in the misty green, making one feel as if their soul is wandering through the celestial island's continent. Conducting oneself with poise and grace, free from desires, one's taste elevates. Free from attachment, one's character refines. When interacting with others, maintain a balance between humility and confidence, free from desires or attachments. Showcase truth, kindness, and beauty in every interaction. As a flower of heaven, untainted by the vulgarities of the secular world, speak gently and act with composure. Earn respect without inviting disdain, exhibiting poise and refinement in both words and actions. Living in harmony with nature, picking chrysanthemums by the eastern fence, I leisurely see the southern mountains. Rise at dawn to work the fields, rest at dusk and cultivate both body and mind. Immerse yourself in nature's rhythms, finding joy in simplicity. Observe the clouds as they gather and disperse, the flowers as they bloom and wither. Let your thoughts wander to heavenly vistas of green mountains and flowing waters, keeping your heart tranquil as still water. Maintaining cleanliness and order, dress modestly yet neatly, avoiding sloppiness. Keep your living space clean and organized, free from mess or clutter. Bathe regularly, ensuring your body is fresh, and change clothes often to avoid unpleasant odors. Avoid ostentation and pretentiousness. Eschew extravagance while embracing subtle refinement. Live a disciplined life, balancing work and rest with ease, maintaining calm and poise without succumbing to restlessness. Avoiding politics and gossip. Family matters, national affairs, and worldly issues are fleeting, like reflections on water or pieces on a chessboard. They are not worth undue concern. Complaints, grievances, and gossip are like bubbles that burst in an instant. Why let them trouble your heart? Many events and disputes become the laughingstock of future generations, while debates over right and wrong are insignificant, like contending for length within a spark's flash, disputing over victory on a snail's horn. Delving into politics unsettles the mind, hindering the cultivation of refined taste. Gossiping about others degrades one's character, earning disdain and rejection. Embracing a carefree attitude, engage in light-hearted conversation, and cultivate a carefree, open-hearted spirit. Relish playful banter and find delight in life's humor. Remain optimistic in adversity and exude grace in prosperity. Interact with no deceit or pretense. Handle matters with calm and poise. Withdraw without feeling inferior. Advance without arrogance. Navigate life's challenges and opportunities with ease, remaining free from worldly conventions. Aspiring to greatness and pursuing truth. Phoenixes perch only on sacred Chinese parasol trees, shunning barren lands, just as saints dwell in sanctified places, far from chaos and filth. Choose neighbors wisely, select friends with care. Green mountains and clear waters harbor sages, while desolate lands breed troublemakers. The mountain does not need to be high. It is renowned as long as there are celestials. The water does not need to be deep. It has spirit as long as there are dragons. This humble room is simple, yet it is filled with the fragrance of virtue. Moss grows on the steps, turning them green. The grass outside the curtain is lush. Scholars engage in cheerful conversation here, and common people do not come by. One can play the simple zither and read the golden scriptures. There are no distracting sounds of strings or flutes, nor the tiring burdens of official documents. Keep your inner lamp glowing in storms of dust. Climb toward sacred mountains amidst raging winds. Stay resilient through hardship, never losing sight of your aspirations. Be a beacon of light in darkness, a pillar of stability amid chaos. Conclusion: life is brief, but life is infinite. The brilliance of youth is fleeting and must not be wasted in mediocrity or aimless dreaming. Aspire to reach the highest realms of refinement in life and life. Keep climbing. 全世界的女性都应该支持第二家园生活. All women worldwide should support the second home lifestyle. Jiefeng, January 9, 2013. To all women living on this planet, Are you aware of the Convention on the Political Rights of Women, which came into force on July 7, 1954? Or the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women signed during the Second World Conference on Women in Copenhagen in 1980? How are women faring worldwide today? And how is your life? Let us reflect on some remarks made by United Nations Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon. On International Women's Day, March 8, 2007, he said, "However, turning consensus into universal practice remains a long way off. In almost all countries, women remain underrepresented in decision-making positions. Women's labor continues to be undervalued, underpaid, or entirely unpaid. Among the more than 100 million children out of school worldwide, the majority are girls. Among the 800 million illiterate adults, most are women. Worst of all, violence against women and girls persists on every continent, in every country, and in every culture. Such violence has devastating effects on the lives of women, their families, and society as a whole. While most societies prohibit such violence, in practice it is often covered up or condoned." In his call to end violence against women on November 23, 2012, Ban Ki-moon stated, "Millions of women and girls worldwide are assaulted, beaten, raped, mutilated, or even murdered, acts that flagrantly violate their human rights. It is all too common for perpetrators to go unpunished. A culture of impunity silences women and girls, leaving them too afraid to speak out. How does this make you feel? How are you living right now? If you find yourself living without dignity, still suffering oppression and abuse physically, emotionally, and spiritually, wouldn't you want to change that? Can you simply wait for the United Nations to create a better life for you? Or must you take action yourself? You must make an effort. How? By supporting the second home lifestyle of Life Genuine. In the second home, heaven and earth are reversed, and female celestials are honored. The dignity, basic rights, and personal safety of women are fully respected and protected. There is no discrimination, oppression, or exploitation of women. The three mountains that have traditionally weighed on women, religious authority, patriarchal authority, and spousal authority, have been removed. No one will bully, insult, or abuse you. The burdens of tedious, endless housework disappear. You can fully express yourself and freely sing and dance to your heart's content. Every woman has her own sacred, private space where no one can disturb her without permission. Day or night, you can leave your doors and windows unlocked without fear. No man will dare enter your room without consent or harass you in any way. You are free to communicate with anyone outside the community via phone, mobile, or the internet. There are no leaders imposing their will on you. All activities are voluntary and self-driven. You don't need to worry about caring for the elderly or raising and educating children. Second home takes care of these responsibilities. There is no interference from mothers-in-law, and no competition or conflict with sisters-in-law. Instead, you will have many close sisters to chat, play, learn, work, and enjoy life with. This is no longer a fantasy or a castle in the air. It is a living reality. What do you think? Support the second home lifestyle. Even saying a kind word about it can make a difference. 我们是上帝的护士. We are nurses of the greatest creator. Jiefeng. The responsibility of saving lives has historically rested upon our shoulders. We are nurses of the greatest creator, inheritors and promoters of the wisdom of Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, and Lao Tzu. Truth flows through our blood, and profound love for life resides in our marrow. Our thoughts radiate the light of reason and humanity, while boundless power bestowed by the greatest creator resides within us. Our lives follow this path. We pave the road of life with our blood and sweat, create an oasis for life with passion and wisdom, uphold the structure of life with willpower and perseverance, and illuminate endless darkness with spirit and soul. Our hearts bear a bitterness unknown to others, for the suffering of the world is our suffering. We understand the root causes of all human misery, and strive to pull people out of the abyss of despair. Our hearts hold no hatred, only deep regret and sighs. Watching people rush toward hell, we feel profound anxiety, longing to halt their course. Yet, if people have lost reason, they might turn against us in resentment. Helplessly, we do what we can, leaving it to fate whether they understand. We are nurses of the greatest creator, and our sole purpose is to serve. Everything in this world will pass away, but our endeavors will remain eternally united with the spirit of the greatest Creator. The essence of life lies in devotion and giving. Any form of plundering or possession leads only to the withering of life. We do not seek to possess, for all possessions will eventually be lost. Although materially impoverished, we are rich in spirit and soul. We are nurses of the greatest Creator. Our unwavering faith sustains our noble aspirations. The greatest Creator watches over us always, for we walk with Him. We entrust everything to the greatest Creator, accepting good or ill as His arrangement. When others fight and seize, we refuse. When others embezzle and accept bribes, we decline. When others oppress the weak, we reject it. When others scheme and contend, we stay away. When others harm nature, we do not partake. When others are cold and ruthless, we respond with warmth and sincerity. When others act selfishly, we embody selflessness. We firmly believe in the fairness of the Tao. What is gained must be lost, and what is given will be rewarded. Cause and effect never fail. Life Genuine is the home of our spirit and soul. We willingly nurture its life with our hard work. Life Genuine is an oasis in the desert. We transplant the fruit trees of human wisdom into this oasis to provide shade and sustenance for life. Life Genuine is a clear stream connecting the distant past with an infinite future. We are like small fish in this stream, letting life breathe the air of freedom. Life Genuine serves as today's Noah's Ark, a sanctuary where we firmly believe every life will find salvation. We did not come to this world merely to enjoy it but primarily to atone for our sins. We know that only through continuous repentance and prayer can we hope to return to our heavenly homeland. Whether our life journey is smooth or rough matters little. What matters is that each step firmly takes us closer to the ideal shore of life. We are celestial academicians of Life Genuine. Between us, there is only intimacy and mutual care. We support and love one another. When one faces hardship, all lend a hand. When one celebrates, all share in the joy. The virtuous often gather, journeying together across the world. We are nurses of the greatest Creator. A glorious life means maximizing our talents and wisdom, dedicating all our efforts to the land that nurtures us, and thereby securing blessings in our next life. We are nurses of the greatest Creator, a group of warriors trekking the arduous path toward the highest realm of life. We firmly believe our sweat will not flow in vain, for the 1,000-year world is beckoning us. We will not indulge in worldly pleasures as fame, fortune, and sensory delights hold no meaning for us. We have only one wish: to contribute to the life of the earth and ascend to higher spaces of life. Though we are ordinary members of humanity, we stand apart as nurses of the greatest Creator. 我只是个导游. I am just a spiritual guide. 接风. It is human nature to seek respect from others, and I am no exception. However, when this desire exceeds proper limits, it becomes extremely dangerous. Any mindset or action that deifies Xiefeng leads to superstition, which harms both parties and society as a whole. All spiritual wisdom comes from the greatest Creator, and all glory is His. If I block your view of the greatest Creator, I will face severe punishment. I am just a spiritual guide. A peculiar car accident opened a radiant, colorful door, allowing me to understand the structure of the universe and the different levels of life within it. It could be said that I hold a clear map of the hierarchical levels of life in the universe. I was divinely inspired to serve as a spiritual guide for relevant lives. My reward has already been given. After fulfilling my mission, I will go to Barikia Island in the Celestial Islands continent, my future home. I am just an ordinary life in the universe, fortunate to have the opportunity to come to the human world temporarily as an imperial envoy. To be able to serve the greatest Creator by metaphorically washing His footstool is the ultimate honor. Any excess gain beyond this would be tantamount to stealing the treasures of the greatest Creator. The greatest Creator sees everything clearly and is precise in rewards and punishments. If anyone benefits from Life Genuine, they should offer their gratitude entirely to the greatest Creator. Do not let the spiritual guide stand between you and the greatest Creator. View Xiefeng as nothing more than a door knocker. Once the door is opened, focus directly on the greatest Creator and disregard the door knocker. I am absolutely not a god. Jesus is the true God and the Savior of humanity. I am merely an assistant in the process of harvesting crops. I am also not a Buddha, though I understand the highest principles of Buddhism. My heart resonates with that of Shakyamuni Buddha, granting me the qualification to guide Buddhist disciples. I possess no supernatural abilities. I only understand the Tao, but lack knowledge of mystical methods and techniques. Though I may acquire countless methods and techniques in the future, that will happen after I leave the human world and return to my homeland. Life Achanyuan is neither a political organization nor a religious one. It is a spiritual and soul home. Within this home, all Chanyuan celestials are equal. The only differences lie in the levels of knowledge and wisdom. There are no distinctions in terms of personal dignity. My self-designation as Huanduan Yuan Chu, Dayform Buddha, reflects my wisdom at that level. However, this does not make me superior to anyone. If everyone regards me as a close friend or a fellow traveler on the same path, I will already be deeply grateful. Everything we think and do is driven by the heart. Among us, there are no rights or obligations. As a spiritual guide, I have no authority to dictate to any Chanyuan celestial. Our relationships are based solely on mutual respect, understanding, and love. Everyone speaks and acts according to their own heart's guidance. Express yourself freely, and do not suppress your individuality. If a day comes when you feel that Xiefeng is restraining your heart or hands, then I will have turned into a demon, and you must resolutely abandon me. One principle remains. If a Chanyuan celestial suffers hardship because of Life Achanyuan, I will call upon all Chanyuan celestials to spare no effort to offer assistance. However, if the hardship is unrelated to Life Achanyuan, I will remain indifferent. The crops of Jesus belong to Jesus, those of Shakyamuni belong to Shakyamuni, and those of Satan belong to Satan. Matters of the dead should be handled by the dead. I am just a spiritual guide, and I only do my part. The sins one commits must be borne by oneself, and the bitter fruits one sows must be eaten by oneself. I will not suffer or endure hardship on anyone's behalf because doing so would go against the Tao. If a great catastrophe were to occur, I would only call the ripe grains into Life Achanyuan. Those who do not enter are unrelated to me. Even if I witness their suffering, I will remain unmoved. Entering Life Achanyuan does not involve formalities like those in political or religious organizations. It is purely an entry of the spirit and soul, unrelated to the body. Deception is impossible in entering Life Achanyuan. Any attempt at deceit is self-deception. When the cosmic waves arrive, your soul must resonate at the same frequency as the cosmic waves. This is akin to what Jesus said. When the time comes, do not plead, "Lord, Lord, save me, for I have done many things in your name." Such words will have no effect, and Jesus will respond, "I do not know you." Why? Because your soul was never truly aligned with Jesus. It was merely your mouth speaking his words. We must address one critical point. Everything must be approached with a scientific attitude. A genuinely scientific attitude does not distinguish between materialism and idealism. True science is grounded in the pursuit of truth. If we fail to analyze, think, and discern scientifically, we risk falling into extremes, superstition, or evil. Chanyuan celestials represent the most rational segment of humanity, possessing the most scientific minds. Wherever we go, we act with integrity, walking upright and speaking boldly. Our words and actions can withstand the tests of time and reality. We treat all human societies equally, without scheming to attack or support any individuals, political parties, or religious organizations. We absorb all that is right regardless of its source. We have no imagined enemies and avoid entangling ourselves in disputes over historical errors. We believe everything is in constant motion and change. A criminal of yesterday might become today's hero, and yesterday's hero might become today's criminal. We judge people and organizations without preconceived notions or fixed boundaries. Chanyuan celestials embody noble virtues. We respect the historical heroes and great figures of every nation, as well as their cultural traditions and customs. We do not harshly judge or nitpick the ancients based on modern standards. Our focus is on moving forward, not looking back. On building the future, not destroying the past. Crises exist, yet we strive to overcome them. Life Achanyuan has the capability to transform deserts and wastelands into lush oases. This is not an exaggeration or a grandiose lie. If humanity adopts the values of Life Genuine, we are ready to act. The future of humanity ultimately depends on humanity itself. I am a guide, not a god, not a Buddha. I am aware of humanity's crises and the paths to overcome them. If governments and religious organizations worldwide rationally recognize Life Genuine, I will lead the Chanyuan Celestials to begin transforming deserts and barren lands. If we can successfully turn one nation's deserts into oases, humanity will have reason to believe that Life Genuine truly brings blessings. What seems impossible can often be achieved through unconventional thinking, just like the Mobius strip, where an ant can seamlessly traverse from one side to the other without obstruction. Thank you all for listening to Xiefeng's teachings. 开辟生命禅院时代与院士们共勉. Opening the era of Life Genuine. A word of encouragement to fellow Celestials. Xiefeng. Dear Celestials, greetings to you all. In I Have an Ideal, I envision that to ignite a magnificent beacon of hope to pierce through the long night, offering humanity a glimpse of dawn, to create an oasis in the desolate desert, providing all life on earth with a peaceful haven, to construct a spiritual and soulful continent amidst the ocean of material prosperity, bringing those I love into it and freeing them forever from the abyss of suffering, to safely guide my beloved ones to the 1,000-year world, where they can enjoy 1,000 years of beauty and joy. Today, with your sincere assistance, this ideal has begun to take shape. Life Genuine has endured countless hardships and has finally emerged. This achievement owes much to the dedication of celestials like Xianhe Celestial, Xiaoxi, Tamasguo, and Tunsu. Furthermore, the arrival of Lingji Celestial, Linyu, Sidong, and Lutu has laid the foundation for this grand structure. Now it is time for us to devote ourselves wholeheartedly to building Life Genuine. Humanity has endured a long and dark night. Numerous sages and wise individuals have devoted their efforts to bringing forth Life Genuine, leaving us with a rich legacy. By returning to the essence, rectifying the foundation, and forging ahead, humanity is poised to enter an era of rationality, harmony, and joyous bliss. As pioneers of this era, our virtues will be recorded in the annals of human civilization, and our lives will be the most meaningful and glorious of all. Over the past 5,000 years, humanity has struggled under the harsh law of the jungle, marred by conflict and competition. Human history is a poignant tragedy. Although today's world still operates under the rules of competition and struggle, the advent of the internet enables insightful individuals to transcend the limitations of time and space, freeing themselves from the shackles of power and wealth. This allows them to communicate effectively in spirit and soul, and contribute their wisdom to humanity. As such virtuous individuals grow in number, humanity can break free from darkness and step into an era of light within a very short time. Religions must move toward unification. Divisions in ideology are among the root causes of humanity's suffering. Life Genuine must shoulder the responsibility of this unification by expanding and elevating the wisdom found in the Bible, the Quran, Buddhist scriptures, and the Tao Te Ching. It must also create a new, non-religious religion that integrates the strengths of all major faiths and innovatively aligns with human nature. All political parties across the world must dissolve. The existence of political parties is another root cause of human suffering. Humanity must be governed by virtuous individuals guided by saints such as Jesus, Sakyamuni, Muhammad, and Laozi. In other words, humanity's governance model must combine Life Genuine with secular government. The earth must undergo a purification process, which is already programmed and inevitable. Our mission is to save as many lives as possible and guide them into Life Genuine. The gates of Life Genuine are open to everyone: Europeans, Asians, Africans, and Americans, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Taoists, and followers of all religions, members of all political parties, the rich, the poor, national leaders, and ordinary citizens. Those who wish to enter will not be turned away, and those who wish to leave will not be stopped. We are solely focused on harvesting the ripe crops. People have overlooked the power and significance of spirit and soul. They have also ignored the fact that only the perfection of spirit and soul can elevate life's quality and transition the non-material structure of spiritual life to higher-level spaces. Material abundance enriches physical life but cannot fulfill the spiritual. Life Genuine's mission is to enrich people's spiritual lives. The relationship between humanity and the greatest creator is the most fundamental of all relationships. Life Genuine must strive to help humanity maintain the noblest relationship with the greatest creator. The relationships among celestials are, apart from those with the greatest creator and one's parents, the most precious. Life Genuine must endeavor to make the relationships among celestials the closest of all human relationships. Fellow celestials, we are creating a brand new ideology, a brand new world, and a brand new future. Our reliance is not on knowledge or cleverness but on sincerity and the power of the soul. Our focus is not on reflecting on the past but on building the future. We believe that an increasing number of virtuous individuals will converge upon Life Genuine. We will remain the nurses of the greatest creator and the pillars of a stable and harmonious society. A magnificent and rational era, the era of Life Genuine, will be born through our efforts. May every celestial enjoy good health, a fulfilling life and daily progress. 无限风光在险峰，激励愿是书. Infinite beauty lies in perilous heights. An inspirational message to the celestial academicians. Jiefeng. We are undertaking a monumental endeavor, unprecedented in history. In the name of Life Genuine, we are carving out a magnificent new path for humanity, leading it into a radiant era, the Life Genuine era. We hold unwavering faith, lofty ideals, ambitious aspirations, and the courage to unify the world. With an all-encompassing spirit, we embrace the brilliance of 5 millennia of human culture. With extraordinary and transcendent thought, we cleanse the stains and calm the turbulence in humanity's long historical river. Not only do we possess exceptional wisdom and indomitable perseverance, we also carry the compassionate aspiration to bring salvation to all beings, paired with an unyielding will, as grand as reaching for the stars and beyond. This is our way of life. As long as we live, we will relentlessly climb toward life's highest realms. As long as we live, we will unveil the most radiant facets of human nature. As long as we live, we will never sacrifice our principles for mere survival, cower in submission, drift aimlessly, or squander our precious time. As long as we live, we will radiate grace, progress each day, strive relentlessly, and shine with brilliance. We firmly believe in a radiant future for humanity. We are confident that as long as we align ourselves with the golden principles underlying the universe's workings, humanity's end will never come. We are certain that those who dedicate their lives to the greater good of humankind will ascend to life's higher realms. And we are certain that only Life Genuine has the wisdom and capability to lead humanity through the vast fog into a new world. A world where weather is kind, ecosystems are harmonious, lives are peaceful, and happiness is universal. A world free from strife, deceit, despair, and poverty. A world where humanity flourishes, governance is transparent, love blossoms, and blessings abound. We revere the greatest creator, for we are the creator's children. This reverence ensures humility, shielding us from arrogance, lawlessness, recklessness, and straying from the path. We revere the greatest creator as the sole ruler of the universe, and through this reverence, we hope to ascend to life's higher realms. We honor Jesus as the King of humanity, Shakyamuni as the embodiment of wisdom, Muhammad as a model of faith, Laozi as the profound expositor of the Tao, and Mao Zedong, whose heart bore the sufferings of the most downtrodden and vulnerable. Though we possess no power, wealth, or land, none of this hinders our progress. We wield rational thought, which holds extraordinary influence. We draw strength from the heart, a power that transcends time and space, capable of moving mountains and transforming the ordinary into the miraculous. Though materially impoverished, we are rich in spirit. While material wealth may vanish like smoke, spiritual wealth shines eternally. We renounce lives lacking purpose or direction. We refuse to wander blindly in the desert, retracing the footsteps of our ancestors. We decline to live as hollow souls, focused solely on material gain. We reject a lifetime shackled to ill-defined, unclear, and absurd theories. We will not sell our souls or freedom for petty short-term gains. We will not trade our dignity and faith for mere scraps of charity. We refuse to be manipulated amidst the chaos of a muddied and noisy world. We will not abandon life's journey for the fleeting allure of worldly power or glory. We exemplify the spirit of Life Genuine academicians. We are fearless warriors, proactive, pragmatic, determined, and daring. Like eagles soaring above stormy seas, We remain undeterred by rolling clouds, surging waves, raging winds, or quaking earth. Only we, defying the storm, can spread the wings of our dreams, laugh in the face of adversity, and charge forward with high spirits. Academicians. Infinite beauty lies in perilous heights. Forward. 我的信仰和人生观. My faith and outlook on life. Jiefeng. November 21, 2005. Faith is the soul of a person. It guides life and provides direction. With faith, one has a path to follow. Without it, life becomes aimless. Different faiths shape different lives. I believe in God, the greatest creator, because God is the source of life, the fountain of wisdom, the supreme being of the universe, and a friend wholly worthy of trust. I believe in God because God understands my heart, constantly cares for me, and offers comfort and courage in times of hardship. I believe in God because God teaches me how to live, to be humble, trustworthy, honest, diligent, brave, and confident. God grants me life, love, emotions, vitality, and a wondrous existence. I believe in God because only by trusting in God can I uncover the mysteries of life and attain the qualities of a celestial being. I believe in God because Jesus taught me to serve God wholeheartedly, Buddha enlightened me to pursue ultimate truth, and Prophet Muhammad exemplified unwavering faith in Allah. I believe in God because the wise and virtuous figures throughout history have all placed their faith in God. I believe in God because only faith in God can lead humanity out of confusion, enable nations to coexist peacefully, and foster harmony between humankind and nature. My outlook on life. This is my life. I firmly believe in God, revere life, revere nature, and follow the path of God. This is my life. I repay God, society, and nature. For all I have received, I strive to repay doubly, leaving no debts behind. This is my life. To create the life a genuine era, to burn brightly, and ultimately to merge my existence into the Spirit of God. This is my life. To pursue supreme enlightenment, to not squander my precious days, and to remain ever prepared to face death with peace of mind. This is my life. To honor my parents, nurture my children with care, and cherish my siblings, being worthy of the roles of son, father, and brother. This is my life. Recognizing that life is like a dream, and that all things are transient, I strive to fully experience life, leaving no regrets. This is my life. To love boldly, to hate boldly, to create boldly, and to destroy boldly. This is my life. I yearn for freedom, pursue freedom, and fight resolutely against anything that restricts my freedom, provided it does not infringe on the freedom of others. For this, I am willing to sacrifice everything, even to shed blood on the battlefield. I do not seek worldly splendor. I strive to live with a clear conscience and no regrets. I do not seek longevity but aim to live a life rich in flavor, meaning, and emotion. I do not seek wealth or fame but treasure inner peace and integrity. I do not seek dazzling achievements but wish for favorable winds, harmonious rains, and tranquil days. I do not seek to gain from others or society, only to owe them nothing. I do not seek material abundance. Instead, I strive for spiritual and soulful richness. I do not strive for worldly rewards but aspire to ascend to the celestial islands continent in the Elysium world after leaving this world. I do not seek to become a king or a saint but to remain a free and humble commoner. My devotion. This is my faith and outlook on life. Everything I do is not for anyone else but for myself. I am not selfless enough to sacrifice myself for others, nor noble enough to give up my own journey to save humanity. I believe in and revere God because only God can elevate my life to the super-celestial realm. I respect Jesus because he pointed me toward the goal and direction of my journey. I respect Buddha because his wisdom has granted me supreme enlightenment. I respect Prophet Muhammad because he taught me how to fight for freedom. I respect Laozi because he illuminated my confusion. I respect Mao Zedong because he cared about the future of those from poor and humble backgrounds like me. I honor my parents because they nurtured me. I love my children because they bring me joy. I love my wife because she has accompanied me on life's journey. I love my brothers because they have shared the bond of family with me. I love Xue Beinyi and Lu Jinkai because they are my true friends. I love Guo Tinglan because she was my first love. I love Fushan Celestial and Taiji Celestial because they would stand by me through life and death. I love Penglai Celestial because she embodies the ideal woman in my heart. I love all members of Life Genuine because their hearts resonate with mine. I founded Life Genuine and strive to establish the Life Genuine era, not for anything else but to fulfill my mission. If I fail to complete this mission, I will not enter the heavenly kingdom. My path. This is my faith in life. I respect the president or head of state and fulfill my duties and responsibilities as an ordinary citizen. I honor my ancestors and strive not to be an ungrateful descendant. I frequently examine my conscience to ensure I do not owe others. I willingly bring myself before the moral court of my soul to judge whether I have acted irrationally or foolishly. I consistently study science to avoid being blinded by superstition and straying from the way. I constantly reflect on myself to ensure I stay balanced and avoid extremes. This is my faith in life. Continuous repentance to cleanse my soul, unceasing prayers for God's forgiveness, relentless contemplation to explore the essence and breadth of the way, and tireless efforts to courageously ascend to the highest realms of life and existence. 我的人生定位. My life position. 解放. The vast heavens know my heart. Myriad gods know my name. The sun and moon's way knows my deeds. Reverence for the greatest creator uplifts my spirit. Express gratitude, repay kindness, and abide by the laws of truth. Distinguish right from wrong. Maintain clarity and tranquility. Sow melons to reap melons, sow beans to reap beans. Diligently practice and head straight for the celestial realm. Life is vast, yet its inherent confusion makes the journey difficult. With reverence for the divine and the Buddha, the path becomes illuminated. Supreme enlightenment comes through the guidance of gods and Buddhas. Practice daily and cultivate both body and mind. Parental grace always resides in my heart. Seize every opportunity to fulfill filial piety and live righteously. Understand the heavenly principles above and human emotions below. Handle worldly matters with natural affection. Life is short and must not be wasted. Trees form forests and effort is applied daily. Read the heavens and the earth to clarify your path. Read people and objects to receive divine guidance within your heart. Mountains and rivers shelter my body. Flowers and trees are my neighbors and friends. Livestock and birds nourish both body and soul. Respect and cherish nature to harmonize with humanity's essence. I do not join religions or political parties. I live freely and gracefully, surrounded by kindred spirits. You inspire me and I enlighten you. We complement each other. Treat everyone as equals and share joy together. Proceed and withdraw with measured steps. Accept gains and losses as the flow of nature. Stay unmoved by joy or anger. Walk the path of the way. Let the way determine success and failure, merits and faults. Just keep moving forward. Life and death are destined. Treat people with compassion and save others with empathy. Lead with the way, transform with virtue. Nourish with strength, teach with wisdom. Move with emotion and convince with reason. Cherish brotherhood and stand united through adversity. Value friendships and escort each other through wind and snow. Care for neighbors like lips and teeth. Show concern in heat and cold. Honor the great kindness of teachers and serve them wholeheartedly. Stay away from disputes and avoid wicked people. In turbulent times, do not play the hero. Do not envy wealth and glory, nor despise the common folk. Do not chase profit, nor bully the weak. Do not curse ancestors or insult rulers. Do not overly revere the ancients, nor belittle the present. Do not take crooked paths or follow deviant ways. Do not believe rumors or shirk your mission. The greatest creator created me to enjoy life. Do not go to extremes. Do not shortchange your existence. Eat and drink as you please. Love and express affection as your heart desires. Do not dwell in dreariness or cling to vanity. The universe's mysteries are infinite and boundless. Explore them wholeheartedly to live life to its fullest. Life's secrets are vast and profound. Step-by-step enlightenment leads to eternal pursuit. Respect the holy and admire the virtuous to live a steady life. Break through barriers to find brighter vistas. Praise pioneers to inspire others. Encourage exploration to lead a brilliant life. If you have the ability, move forward at full speed. Seize opportunities and see things through to completion. Facilitate others' success and support them like green leaves protect flowers. Whoever pursues the way, I should support them in succeeding. The Life Genuine era is taking shape. Heaven and earth resonate, and humanity yearns for it. Guiding the Chanyuan celestials fulfills my mission in life. I act according to my purpose, in line with heavenly principles. I honor the greatest creator above and enlighten sentient beings below. Unite with gods and Buddhas, align with celestials and sages. In the era of Life Chanyuan, the universe rejoices together. 人生第二步思索. The second step in life, contemplation. 解放. Confucius once said, "If I hear the way in the morning, I would have no regrets if I were to die in the evening." If one gains an understanding of the way in the morning and learns its essence, even if one were to die that evening, there would be no regrets. Confucius was a great thinker, yet it is regrettable that he never fully grasped the meaning of the way. When he met Laozi, he was awestruck by Laozi's depth, describing him as a mysterious dragon, profound and elusive. The ancient sages lamented, "The great way has been veiled." However, the truth is, the way itself has not vanished. Rather, those capable of revealing it have withdrawn. With no one left to explain it, humanity has been lost and suffering for millennia. Jesus declared plainly, "I am the way." Shakyamuni Buddha said, "The Dharma is neither what we conventionally perceive as Dharma, nor is it non-Dharma." In this context, Dharma actually refers to the way. The words of Jesus and Shakyamuni are unquestionably correct. The challenge is, who can truly comprehend the meaning of the way through these statements? Laozi's description of the way is relatively comprehensive. He described it as nebulous and elusive, yet containing trust, substance, essence, and emotion. But again, who can discern the true meaning of the way from his words? This is why we must engage in contemplation. Shakyamuni, one of history's most profoundly wise figures, expounded on the way for decades. Yet, in the end, fearing that his teachings might confine our minds and hearts or divert us from the true way, he reminded us, "I have not said anything at all." Still, he left us a treasure, Zen. What is Zen? Zen is about both insight and contemplation. What should we contemplate? We contemplate the mysteries of the universe, the secrets of life, the nature of time and space, and the meaning of existence, in other words, the way itself. Why is this place called Life Chanyuan? A Chanyuan Zen garden is a place for insight and contemplation. Life Chanyuan is a space for reflecting on and exploring the origins of life, its evolution, its past and future, its dimensions, and all aspects of its essence and extension. Once we understand the meaning of life, all obstacles will fade away. The path will become clear, serene, and radiant, leading us to the Western paradise of ultimate bliss. Contemplation and insight. Insight is challenging because it requires spiritual awareness. How can someone without sight perceive light? They cannot. Similarly, without spiritual perception, one cannot grasp the essence of life. Since insight is difficult, we must rely on contemplation. Thus, contemplation becomes the second step in life. Without contemplation, one is no different from an insect. What should we contemplate? Should we contemplate the way? Don't waste your time and energy. The way is beyond the grasp of ordinary people. Even divine beings and sages have struggled to articulate it. Can we do better? Instead, let's contemplate the questions of life. Even then, the issues of life are not easily resolved. Perhaps we should focus on a simpler yet profound question. Why am I myself? If we can unravel this mystery, the questions of life and the way will naturally become clear. For philosophers, contemplation is a joy. But for most people, it is a burden. Contemplation can be even more daunting than solving complex mathematical equations. How many people with nothing better to do would voluntarily tackle such equations? Yet, within Life Chanyuan, contemplation is essential. Only through contemplation can we liberate ourselves from worldly attachments. Only through contemplation can we discern life's priorities and urgency. Only through contemplation can we achieve more with less effort and move with ease. And only through contemplation can we uncover the mysteries of life and enter the realm of bliss. Stones are common, but diamonds are rare. Prostitutes are plentiful, but true lovers are hard to come by. Friends are many, but confidants are scarce. Effort is required to uncover the precious. Exquisite melodies find few listeners. Similarly, the deeper we contemplate, the lonelier and more isolated we may become. Transformation, akin to refining metal, is a process fraught with pain and struggle. 人生第三步行动. Life's third step. Taking action. 结fikng. Establishing ambition, contemplating, and taking action form the three essential steps of life. Ambition is deciding what kind of person you want to become. Contemplation is figuring out how to achieve it. And action is the movement toward your goal. Once ambition is set and contemplation is complete without action, everything becomes a wasted effort, and everything returns to zero. There was a beggar in a city who wandered daily through the bustling, colorful crowds, holding out a broken bowl, pitifully begging for alms. 99% of the responses he received were disdainful, and even the 1% left was not warm or caring, they were condescending. Every time the cold wind howled and night fell, he huddled in a corner thinking to himself, "Damn it, I can't live like this anymore. Tomorrow I'll clean myself up, put on fresh clothes and get a job. I'll save a little money, start a business, and sell apples from the east side of town to the west side." Didn't my old buddy, a fellow beggar, get out of this life by doing exactly that? But when he woke up, he put on the same dirty clothes, grabbed his broken bowl, and went out to beg again. 10 years passed and his begging cry still echoed. When the winds of reform and opening up swept across the land, a university graduate working in a government office thought to himself, Deng Xiaoping called for some people to get rich first. You can't get rich working for the government no matter what. If I want wealth, I have to go into business. I'll quit my iron rice bowl job, dive into business and seize a golden rice bowl. But 20 years later, he was still working at the same office, now a minor section chief, earning just over 2,000 yuan a month. Why? Because he never took action. There was a highly talented and capable man who dreamed of becoming an extraordinary figure. Over the past 10 years, however, he remained stuck in indecision. Through his efforts, he became a department head, but life was still difficult. He still lived in a cramped 40 square meter apartment. From the perspective of even slightly more developed nations, such housing would be considered a slum. As a department head, he could have easily pocketed tens of thousands of yuan each year through corruption without anyone noticing. But he was a man of integrity, unwilling to betray his principles. He told himself, "If I don't engage in corruption, I'll never get rich. But I also can't compromise my morals. I'll quit this job, start my own business, and live life on my own terms. People with far less talent than me have become millionaires and billionaires. How can I not surpass them?" His ambition was clear, and he had thought it through, but his situation never changed. Why? He never took action. There was a beautiful woman who deeply admired a man, thinking of him day and night, and decided she wanted to marry him. She thought, "As a lady, I can't confess my feelings. If I do, I'll be seen as improper." So she waited and waited. Her Prince Charming eventually married someone else, yet she kept waiting. "I'll wait for him to come to me. Even if I can only be his secret lover, I'd be happy." And still she waited. I wonder, how long will she wait? Until the flowers have wilted, the world decays, and the earth is covered in snow? There was an ordinary man who had an epiphany one day. Life is short. In the blink of an eye, 100 years pass. If I keep muddling through like this, what will I accomplish? No, I want to cultivate myself, seek immortality, and achieve enlightenment. I swear I won't stop until I reach the Western paradise. The next day, he picked up a Buddhist scripture and started reading. His wife urged him, "Dear, life in this world is good. Put the book down. The fruit in the garden is ripe. Let's go pick it and sell it at the market. Making a living is what matters. Reading Buddhist books won't fill your stomach or buy us a car. Face reality, darling, and pursue something practical." A business friend mocked him, saying, "You can't even afford your kids' college tuition or buy your wife a gold necklace. And you're sitting here reading about this imaginary stuff? Are you out of your mind?" In the following days, friends, family, and neighbors all tried to save him from his folly. He reconsidered, thinking, "So many people say I'm wrong, maybe I am. And who knows if Buddhism is even real? Can anyone really achieve immortality? Listen to others, fill your stomach first. Forget about becoming a Buddha or an immortal. I'll think about it in the next life." So many things in life remain undone. Without action, they fade into nothing, becoming just laughter in the air. 生命禅院院士风范 The grace of a life-genuine celestial. Jiefeng. Transcendental romanticism. Majestic as solitary peaks rising to the skies, towering above the crowd, steadfast as pines braving the winds, noble and resolute, elegant as celestial cranes gliding through heavenly realms, unrestrained and graceful, dynamic as vibrant clouds ever shifting, tangible yet ethereal, absorbing the essence of the sun and moon, drawing vitality from the heavens and earth, inheriting millennia of grandeur, and embracing the annals of eternity. In motion, they seem capable of seizing the moon in the 9 heavens and capturing turtles in the 5 oceans. In stillness, they could vanish without a trace, merging with the silent music of nature. Possessing Jiang Ziya's mastery, Zhang Liang's stratagems, Zhuge Liang's wisdom, and Li Bai's literary brilliance, who but a life-genuine celestial embodies such elegance and genius? They hold the fate of the world in their grasp and the wisdom of ages in their hearts. A call from them can stir oceans and calm storms across continents. Their tears stir universal sorrow. Their laughter transforms deserts into oases. Such beings are creations of the greatest creator, the might of divine beings, descending celestials amidst earthly upheaval, emerging amidst the tides of transformation. Celestials descend to the mundane world, uniting in life-genuine to fulfill their mission. Sages gather joyfully with Jiefeng, ascending to heavenly realms with radiant smiles, traversing 90,000 miles of clouds and moonlit paths, achieving 100,000 years of merits between heaven and earth, spanning thousands of light years in an instant. Life-genuine celestials are born of the same universal essence. Truth is clear only to celestials. Morality is upheld solely by celestials. A single celestial surpasses thousands of ordinary individuals. Who can fathom them? A single celestial encompasses an entire universe. Who can imagine it? Mortal eyes cannot perceive non-material, nor can common minds grasp the negative universe. Saints are rare amidst the dust of the mundane world, where most are hustling and bustling like particles. If people do not laugh, the Tao cannot be the true Tao. Without ridicule, one cannot become a true celestial. Through the veils of mist and confusion, only the celestial's radiance shines. Gazing down upon all living beings, only celestials embody true life. Neither mockery nor derision can shake them. Neither wealth, fame, power, nor influence can tempt them. Doubt life-genuine if you must but witness the journey ahead. 3,000 armored warriors will ride forth, and 10,000 celestials will command the winds and clouds. Celestials smile coldly at the clamor, finding profound activity within serenity. They laugh innocently and purely, discovering silence amidst movement and stillness within change. Heavenly stems, earthly branches, and 5 elements fortunes. Myriad mysteries form in the Tao. Seeking the Tao attains the Tao. Seeking devils yields devils. If not for celestials, who else could grasp these secrets? Celestials understand the heart of Christ, empathizing with the world's suffering. They preserve a compassionate spirit, continuing Buddha's mission of widespread salvation. They emulate Muslims by stripping away layers of tyranny. With a heart for the Tao, they transcend worldly conventions and forge ahead on their noble path. The greatest creator is the celestials' only sovereign. Life is their sole possession. Truth is their singular pursuit. Becoming a celestial being is their ultimate aspiration. They march with purpose, striving toward clear goals, not for fleeting recognition but to align with the eternal flow. Toward the world's suffering, they feel love. Toward its wickedness, they harbor righteous hatred. They respond only when moved and rise only when pressed, fearless of blades and undaunted by beasts. With the weight of Zen, they strike boldly. Let the world see who can withstand them. Independent and dignified? Look to the celestials' graceful charm. Steadfast and upright? Behold their unmatched splendor. As great rivers flow eastward, washing away the luminaries of ages past, time and space shift, and the Tao embraces the extraordinary celestials of life-genuine. Do not scoff at today's tranquility. Tomorrow the earth will tremble. Do not dismiss the celestials as foolish. Soon everyone will shine in their own brilliance. The bustling crowds of noisy streets, some crying, some laughing, those who discern the path will set forth early, while the latecomers will freeze in the cold currents. 1,000-mile journey begins with a single step. A life of brilliance starts with the celestial. Forward. 人生需求层次. The hierarchy of life's needs. Deiform Buddha. May 31st, 2006. Food, drink, clothing, shelter, transportation, and sexual desire. A nurturing environment, physical and mental well-being, and raising children. Freedom from disasters and misfortunes with a peaceful end. A home filled with love and harmony in all matters. Independence, freedom, and respect from others. Happiness, carefreeness, and boundless blessings. Mastery of intellect and physical skills, with supernatural abilities. Elevate life to attain celestial status. 人生随想. Reflections on life. Dayform Buddha. December 1st, 2006. Descending into this world, seeking the way to live as an authentic person, enduring hardships, refining one's character, often gazing at the stars in search of life's path. Observing the changes of time, exploring the principles of the heavenly ways evolution, though dwelling long in a humble abode, I have always carried the ambition to aid all living beings. Yet, despite grand aspirations, my talents are meager, my knowledge shallow, like having the appetite of a giant pung but with the wings of a sparrow. My heart is vast as the earth, but my fate is as delicate as a thread. Year after year, I have devoted myself to study. My thoughts surge like an endless flowing mighty river. My aspirations soar like white clouds around the majestic Mount Tai. Yet my abilities are barren like a saline wasteland. I barely preserve my existence in this world, compromising and blending into mediocrity. I have not repaid heaven for granting me life, nor have I served to ease humanity's confusion. As time slips away and my allotted years near their end, I find myself having accomplished nothing. I have betrayed heaven, my mission, the nurturing of nature, and the kindness of my parents. I have failed the teachings of sages and mentors and disappointed the earnest expectations of younger generations. A person like me is utterly useless, less valuable than a pile of manure nourishing flowers and grass, or a pond offering water to mountain sparrows. I lament the waste of spring's glorious days and years. Awakening came too late. My ties to gods, Buddhas, and celestials were too shallow. Selfishness consumed me, and I squandered my golden time on trivial pursuits. Although I never pursued fame or fortune, I often indulged in the fleeting pleasures of life's frivolities. Foolish indeed. Unable to endure hardships or face life's challenges, I contented myself with minor joys and fumbled through life in a haze. My efforts to cultivate virtue fell short. My 7 emotions and 6 desires overflowed, clouding my vision and delaying my life's purpose. Looking back, my deeds are as faint as fireflies. My accomplishments are as scarce as footprints in shifting sands. I cannot farm nor labor well, muddling through life while growing fat and sluggish, a shameful waste of time. Grateful to heaven, earth, and the greatest creator for the miracle of the internet age. I now scour my mind to write articles, sharing my initial thoughts to inspire wisdom in others. I seek to pave a path for many, contributing my thoughts and efforts. I offer all I have understood to the world, aiming to clear karma, repay debts, fulfill my duties, and accumulate merit for a better future. I aim to reflect the greatest creator's boundless grace, reveal the principles of the Tao, spread Jesus's boundless love, and promote Buddha's compassion. I wish to inherit the virtues of sages, emulate the character of the virtuous, and illuminate the mysteries of time and space while unraveling the enigma of life. Adapting to changing circumstances, I discuss the meaning and value of life, seizing every opportunity to make sure my journey in this world is worthwhile. I will not shy away from hardships or fear difficulties. Tears will be swallowed, and grievances kept to myself. Cherishing every fleeting moment, I strive forward with vigor. Like the silkworm that spins its final thread and the candle that burns to its last flicker, my life will persist in effort and dedication. I work tirelessly to usher in the era of life genuine for all who labor in this world. I aim to guide those seeking the Tao toward the path of life, revering the greatest creator, life, and nature. Let the finite span of human existence merge into the infinite dimensions of life and time, walking the way of the greatest creator, and uniting with the greatest creator as one. 走向平凡, returning to simplicity. Dayform Buddha. December 28, 2006. When things reach a certain stage of development, decline inevitably follows. Decay is certain, but transformation requires the right conditions. In all things, beginnings are full of passion. Yet passion is difficult to sustain and gradually settles into calmness, which signifies maturity. A fiery romance cannot last forever. Monotony and dullness will inevitably set in. At the start of schooling, enthusiasm runs high. But as time goes on, interest wanes and the yearning for unrestrained freedom grows stronger. When Christians first enter the faith and attend church services, they may be deeply moved, even to tears. Yet after a year or two, these moments often turn into mere routine. The pursuit of the Tao follows a similar path. At first, one is brimming with excitement, constantly gaining insights and making discoveries. But as the journey deepens, it begins to feel tedious. The thrill of revelation diminishes, doubts multiply, and confusion intensifies. The illusions of the world become more evident, and everything begins to feel meaningless. Interests fade. The further one walks the path of the Tao, the greater the challenges. Obstacles increase, inner conflicts intensify, and psychological imbalances worsen. One feels stuck, unable to advance yet unwilling to retreat. This is a sign that a qualitative transformation is imminent. At this stage, perseverance becomes essential. Balance must be maintained. After years of practice and cultivation, one may come to realize the mountains are still the same mountains, and the rivers are still the same rivers. What once felt grand and extraordinary now turns out to be nothing. One sees that they are insignificant and understand nothing at all. Disillusionment sets in. Doubts arise not only about oneself but also about the teachings. Life begins to feel devoid of meaning. The earth does not operate according to one's will. Everything feels unfamiliar, yet nothing has truly changed. The mystery deepens. It is easy to ascend from simplicity to greatness, but far harder to descend back from greatness to simplicity. Yet, no matter what, we must return to simplicity. The way of life, like the way of the Tao, requires a balance between tension and relaxation, a progression from complexity to simplicity. See the plane, embrace the uncarved block, and return to a childlike state. Forget everything you've learned and begin anew. Return to nature. Reconnect with it. Reunite with old friends and talk about the mundane details of daily life. Continue farming, working, running a business, or holding a job. Lower yourself to become an unnoticed blade of grass in the wilderness, unrecognized, unappreciated. Live as children live. Live as the most ordinary people live. Lose it all. Be left with nothing. Return to the starting point and be reborn. This rebirth is not through the mother's womb but through the spirit. Once again, return to simplicity in life. Though the mountains remain the same, the scenery is entirely different. 奔向高潮，拥抱精彩人生. Chasing the climax. Embrace a brilliant life. Jiefeng. April 5, 2007. This is my life. A mighty river surging forward, flowing endlessly, rushing toward the vast blue ocean. No matter how high the mountains or how distant the road, I roar, sweep, and charge ahead, churning up waves upon waves, fearless and undaunted by the perilous journey. An exciting life is like this. Radiating the brightest light, blooming the most beautiful flowers, spreading the sunshine and rain of love, and showcasing the most splendid qualities of humanity. Clearing thorns, crossing mountains, wading through rivers, and braving wind and rain to realize the grandest and most magnificent dreams. If there is a path, I will walk it. If not, I will carve a bright trail, whether my sweat soaks the earth or my blood stains rivers, lakes, and seas. No matter how winding and arduous the road, no matter the wolves, tigers, demons, or monsters that lie ahead, as long as I breathe, I will forge ahead without ceasing. I reject a life consumed by petty desires, haunted by hunger and cold, anxious over food and drink, clinging to comfort, and indulging in meaningless pleasures. I refuse to squander my days in idleness, meditating endlessly, and losing myself in the pursuit of wealth, lust, fame, and profit. I reject a life wasted on futile thoughts of attaining enlightenment, suppressing my nature, stifling my true self, or retreating into a miserable lair, confined to the narrow vision of a well-dweller in a sesame-sized world. Steering with the wind without discernment, forever unable to distinguish good from evil. Calculating personal gain and loss with cleverness that only obstructs the way. Scattered and aimless, flitting about low hills lit by a feeble candlelight. No, I refuse such a life. Absolutely not. On my path there is no failure. Failure belongs only to those who abandon their ideals and lose heart. In my future, there is no darkness. Darkness belongs to those who do not pursue light. My prospects are endlessly bright because the greatest creator is right before me. My companions, thousands in number, stand resilient and determined, led to my side by Christ and Buddha. Do not judge me as poor because my clothes are tattered. Wisdom and perseverance are my inexhaustible sources of wealth. Do not call me uneducated or shallow because I lack formal degrees. I have read countless pages of the Book of Heaven without words written by heaven. Do not judge me as destitute or doomed because I appear to have nothing. Together with the celestials of Life Echanuan, I will build humanity's most glorious palace in history. Do not consider me weak because my body seems frail. I carry within me an unstoppable force that surges ahead with invincibility. I will shatter the old and broken relics to forge a radiant paradise for humanity with new thoughts and methods. Though the road is long and the journey unending, I will search tirelessly. Amidst the winds and rains, I will light the divine lamp to guide my way. Traversing the vast unknown, I will look to the future. With unyielding determination, I will walk my path, never regretting, never faltering, moving forward with boundless courage. Honesty is my nature. Resilience is my character. I speak the truth and do not lie. I never strike from the shadows. I adorn the mountains and rivers with love and warm the cold hearts of the world with sincerity. Even if for just a moment, I will blaze like lightning across the dark night sky. Even if a mere wisp of cloud, I will refract a brilliant rainbow. Even in the faintest breath, I will dance a passionate tango on the edge of death. Even when facing cliffs and precipices, I will leap, climb, and traverse them with all my strength. I do not believe in an unchangeable destiny. I will grasp the rudder of life firmly in my own hands. Even if all is predestined, I will fully utilize the heavenly nature bestowed upon me by the greatest creator. Time flies like an arrow. I will not waste my life. With limited days ahead, how can I squander the precious gift of life? There are always greater mountains and higher heavens beyond what we see. How can I confine my vision to what lies within my sight? If the mountains do not turn, the rivers will. If the land route is blocked, the waterways remain open. If the east is dark, the west will shine. If the south is blackened, the north is still bright. How can I let the potholes before me hinder my flexible thinking? Health, abundance, and freedom are the life I pursue. Joy, happiness, and contentment must fill the path of my life. I will not emulate Zhuangzi's solitary wandering, but instead follow Buddha's compassion, sharing blessings like bees rather than feasting selfishly like predators. I will stand alongside my brothers and sisters, overcoming hardships together and sharing joy, spreading love and kindness along the way. To live is to live fully. Life is but a dream, fleeting and empty, so let me embrace it without regret. Run toward the climax and embrace a brilliant life. 向人生和生命的最高处奋力前进. Striving toward the pinnacle of life and life. Jiefeng. August 16, 2007. Life is both a journey and an exploration. The richer the experiences one gathers, the deeper one's understanding of the essence of life and existence. Those who achieve greatness either possess extraordinary wisdom and talent or demonstrate unwavering determination. Without these, one remains among the ordinary multitude. Life Echanuan is a gathering place for exceptional talents and those with resolute willpower. Together, they strive toward the Mount Everest of life and existence. It serves as a center for absorbing and releasing energy, marking an unprecedented milestone in human history. Here, humanity's elite unite in a magnificent dance, a powerful swan song, a daring ultimate adventure, and a bold expedition into the unknown. The crown belongs only to those who ascend to the summit. Glory is reserved for those who overcome countless challenges with courage and determination. The finest wine and feasts await those who reach the destination. The transformative leap from humanity to celestial life belongs to those who profoundly experience life in all its dimensions. The celestials of Life Echanuan are not ordinary people, but individuals of exceptional qualities. They possess profound spiritual depth, lofty aspirations, and the ability to discern right from wrong. They embody humanity's highest ideals and exude the romanticism and optimism needed to face great challenges with resilience. They envision grand vistas of the future while steadfastly advancing toward their goals, step by step, with courage and determination. Picture a group of remarkable travelers and explorers who have forsaken all worldly attachments, fame, fortune, family, religion, political parties, and nations. Carrying their packs, they leave the valleys behind to venture into uncharted territories, determined to blaze a new path of light for humanity and reveal the boundless wonders of life's potential. Sometimes they traverse desolate deserts and vast wildernesses. At other times, they journey through untamed forests. They swim across roaring rivers, scale steep cliffs, and navigate jungles teeming with wild beasts. They wind through verdant mountains, descend into gorges, and climb ridges. They leap over ravines and ascend precipices, leaving behind a radiant path paved with their blood and sweat for future travelers to follow. They are the Tang Sanzangs of the new era, resolutely marching through deserts, mountains, and hardships. Undeterred by the legendary 81 challenges, they are determined to reach the sacred mountain, attain supreme enlightenment, and compose the most glorious chapter of life on earth. This path is not for the ordinary, nor for those who squander their lives in intoxication and dreams. The timid and cowardly will shrink back, the greedy will hesitate, and the narrow-minded will not dare take a single step. The indecisive will retreat, traditionalists will tremble with fear, and those clinging to bourgeois comforts will flee in panic. The stagnant will lament and complain, the envious will obstruct them, and the cowardly with lofty ambitions will stand idle, mocking and criticizing. Meanwhile, the rigid clinging to outdated ways will curse these great travelers, screaming in vain as they desperately try to hinder their progress. This is not a path for the average person. It is a road for the 1 in a million pioneers, for the wise, brave, and resolute. It is the path walked by true disciples of Jesus and Buddha, by communists, and by those with clear minds, pure hearts, and unwavering resolve. It is for those willing to selflessly strive for the happiness of all humanity. It is for those who understand and believe in the greatest Creator, walking the way of the greatest Creator. It is for those who grasp the meaning of life and the mysteries of life and boldly advance toward the heavenly kingdom. This is an expeditionary force. Once they set out, they do not consider turning back. They would rather endure scars and wounds along the journey than languish in misery within broken homes. They would rather perish of thirst and hunger on this grand journey than waste away in hopeless valleys, awaiting death. They would rather traverse towering mountains and mighty rivers to behold unseen landscapes than settle for the leftovers of history. They would rather transform in the fiery blaze of a phoenix than live caged in mediocrity. When the dawn of a new era rises over the picturesque horizon, these great pioneers may already have vanished from sight. Yet they will be remembered, revered, and followed. Their spirit will become an eternal source of inspiration and strength for those who are kind, hardworking, honest, pure, and faithful. Let us continue to ascend toward the highest realms of life and existence, leaving behind the remnants of a mundane world. Let us marvel at the beauty of the journey and embrace the vibrant life of freedom on the celestial island's continent. 让没出息的人自生自灭. Let the unmotivated fend for themselves. Jiefeng. We are racing against death, which lurks behind each of us, ever ready to claim timid souls. While alive, we must strive to see the road ahead clearly, quickly understand life's principles and mysteries, and find the direction and vision of the heavenly kingdom. We must quickly get our passports, visas, tickets, and luggage in order, resolve our earthly debts and affairs, and always be ready to embark on our journey to the heavenly kingdom. Only those who walk the path of the greatest Creator are truly our loved ones. Those who stray from this path are like ghosts, trying to drag us into the abyss of suffering. We must heed the teachings of Jesus. Let the dead handle their own matters. We are responsible only for the living. Who are the living? Those who walk the path of the greatest Creator. Who are the dead? Those who stray from it. Life is a journey for life on earth. Without a clear destination, this journey becomes aimless wandering, a ghostly cycle of confusion, trapped in the labyrinth of inevitability. As the saying goes, so many things to do, time presses on, the heavens and earth keep turning, and 10,000 years are too long. We must seize the moment. Sudden events like the recent blocking of our website can occur at any time. Those who wish to enter life genuine freely or believe they have plenty of time ahead will find that regrets and cries of remorse are futile. Thus, we must cherish every moment and avoid wasting even a second on meaningless or trivial matters. The journey will not be smooth. Each traveler already bears a heavy burden, so we must travel light, donning the armor made for us by Christ Jesus and the Buddha Shakyamuni, and focus single-mindedly on moving forward. How can we travel light? Let go of worldly trivialities. These mundane matters lack novelty. For thousands of years, life has revolved around birth, education, work, marriage, raising children, aging, and ultimately death. It's the same unending cycle of conflicts among families, nations, religions, organizations, and individuals over interests and power. The rise and fall of regimes, the vicissitudes of people's fortunes, and societal transformations, all are part of an endless maze. Break free from this cycle to unburden yourself and move forward with ease. Leave the undeserving to their fate. They are lazy yet insatiably greedy, constantly calculating their gains and losses, and perpetually grumbling without cause. Rain troubles them, the wind bothers them. They whine about the cold and gripe about the heat. Offer them tea, they want coffee. Offer them coffee, they demand wine. Give them wine, they want mineral water. They feign illness for sympathy, cry hunger when their bellies are full, and expect others to carry them, even when they are perfectly capable. A slight headache makes them wail, and a minor setback fills them with resentment. Let such people fend for themselves. Doing so frees you to move forward. Abandon entangling emotions. As I've analyzed before, those driven by instincts are ignorant, by desires are worldly, by emotions are mortal, by reason are virtuous, and by spirituality are celestial. Emotional attachments define mortals. They are trapped by illusions and burdened by trivial disputes, meaningless grievances, and exhausting conflicts. Such emotions drain your energy, block the path to enlightenment, and warp the soul. Decisively discard them to travel light. Heavenly affection fills people with hope, vitality, constant happiness, and joy. It uplifts and inspires boundless aspirations. It does not seek your sympathy, nor does it make you worry day and night, lose your appetite, or torment your spirit and mind. This is the kind of affection we need to pursue and cherish. If an egg breaks, there's no use lamenting. If a jade sculpture shatters, there's no need to mend it. Let what is lost remain lost, and let what is dead stay dead. Embrace freedom and lightness, for the universe is vast, and homes can be found everywhere. Do not linger among the weak and defeated, nor waste time on those who whine and accomplish nothing. Avoid being delayed by muddled thinkers who stall your journey. Instead, strive to soar with cranes and swans, travel alongside great individuals, and seek the company of those who are energetic, healthy, and bold enough to challenge limits. Fly with geese and you become a goose. Stay with sparrows and you are a sparrow. Life is short, we can't afford to waste it. 你们当自强. Strengthen yourself. 解放. February 8, 2011. Jesus Christ taught us, "For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them." The weak have no right to enter the kingdom of heaven. Those who rely on others for their livelihood or emotional support lack the qualifications to enter. Those who elicit sympathy and pity from others cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. Every pitiful person harbors some hateful traits. Reality is the projection of one's own consciousness. Each person creates their own reality. If you are in pain, you have caused it. If you are weak, it is your own doing. If you are unfortunate, it is because of yourself. If you choose to end your life, that too is your own decision. In the universe, there is no unjust suffering. No soul is wronged. Unhappiness is created by the unfortunate. Pain is brought upon by the weak. Hardship results from a lack of wisdom. I am a guide, but only for the strong. If you believe in your strength, follow me. If you consider yourself weak, leave. I despise the weak. Do not display your helplessness before me. Do not cry over your misfortunes and pain in front of me. Do not show indecision or confusion in my presence. Do not appear pitiful, powerless, or lacking resolve. Do not display frustration, negativity, or pessimism to me. I detest those who create misery and distress. I despise those who are filled with sorrow and anxiety. I loathe those who collapse at the first setback, those who lose faith easily, and those who depend on others and refuse to grow up. I have no patience for those who constantly weep and complain. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. If you strive, I will assist you. If you fall into despair, I will push you down further. If you are strong, I will help you fulfill your dreams. If you are weak, I will send you to the depths of hell. The weak in life are like trash. Those who constantly cry, lament, and blame others are like garbage. Those who face life with negativity and pessimism, or rely on others to survive, are no different. Trash always reeks of rot, spoiling life for everyone around them. You must strengthen yourself. Otherwise, you risk being discarded like waste, swept into life's landfill. Learn from the strong. Align yourself with the strong. Only then can you secure a bright future. Do not sympathize with or pity the weak. The weak are like parasites. Once they latch onto you, they will drain your lifeblood, leaving you with a miserable fate you cannot escape. The weak are those without wisdom, faith, or discipline. They are selfish, lazy, and lack conviction. They ignore guidance, have no independent consciousness, always rely on others, cannot distinguish right from wrong, and deceive both themselves and others. They are opportunistic, dishonest, and unwilling to work hard for their gains, always seeking shortcuts. The weak know no true love. They treat the genuine feelings of others like dirt, and have no authenticity in their emotions. You must strengthen yourselves. Do not be weak in life. Be strong, and do not give the weak a foothold. Let the strong live fully and enjoy the joys of life in life. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. As for the weak, let them fend for themselves. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. The kingdom of heaven belongs to the strong. Hell belongs to the weak. 看看自己有什么立身之本. Reflect on your foundations for a meaningful life. Jiefeng. March 7, 2011. Do you have talents that can govern the heavens and shape the earth? No. Then, do you have unyielding determination? No. Are you hardworking? Not hardworking. Are you honest and trustworthy? Not honest and trustworthy. Do you keep your promises and honor your word? Not reliable. Are you kind-hearted and even-tempered? Not kind and bad-tempered. Do you have a specific skill or craft? No particular skill. Do you firmly believe in the existence of the greatest creator? No belief? Well then, let me tell you, you lack the foundation for a meaningful life. You might ask, but here I am living well and enjoying life. How can you say I lack the foundation for life? Let me explain. The fact that you are alive, living well, and seemingly enjoying life is because you are living off the blood, sweat, and tears of others. You are surviving on others' pain, suffering, and hard work. For a person to have a true foundation for life, they must possess at least one of these 8 qualities. Talents to govern the heavens and shape the earth. Unyielding determination. Hard work. Honesty and trustworthiness. A strong sense of commitment and reliability. Kindness and even temper. A specific skill or craft. Firm belief in the greatest creator. If you possess one of these qualities, you have a foundation for life. If you possess 2, you're remarkable. If you possess 3, you're extraordinary. If you possess 4, you're exceptional. If you possess 5, you're a great person. If you possess 6, you're a saint. If you possess 7, you're the embodiment of perfection. If you possess all 8 heavens, is that even possible? 是使这脱胎换骨的修炼. Try this transformational practice. Jiefeng. March 31, 2011. To transform from an ordinary person into a celestial or Buddha, one must undergo a profound and complete metamorphosis. First, we must recognize that our traditional consciousness has nothing to do with the consciousness of celestials or Buddhas. It is purely human. Second, we must understand that while historical texts and modern writings may provide spiritual wisdom on becoming a celestial or Buddha, if we fail to put the insights we gain into real practice in our daily lives, they amount to empty talk, mere lip service, and are entirely useless for true transformation. In the past, many practitioners focused on Gong, energy work, mystical methods, or supernatural arts, mistakenly believing these to be the essence of self-cultivation. In reality, they are not. Such practices are often no more than methods to improve physical health or acquire abilities to gain admiration, feed vanity, or enhance material life. Some practitioners aim to develop supernatural abilities and began healing others after practicing for only a few years, or even just months. Frankly, that's absurd. Many so-called practitioners merely absorb the wisdom of others without applying it to their own lives. They only take without giving. With such an approach, how can you claim merit or qualification to enter the heavenly kingdom? There is a long-standing belief that chanting Amitabha Buddha thousands or tens of thousands of times daily guarantees entry into the Western Pure Land. That is sheer nonsense. If it were so easy, the so-called Pure Land would be filled with birds and animals. Today, countless people shout about the end times, claiming they are saving people or delivering the world. Ridiculous. Save what? Deliver what? You're like a clay bodhisattva trying to cross a river. You can't even save yourself. With a muddled mind, incoherent speech, baseless fabrications, and no understanding of life, time, space, consciousness, structure, Tao, Buddha, or celestials, how can you possibly save or deliver anyone? So, how should one practice self-cultivation? Try this transformational practice, a complete rebirth. Give away all your possessions to causes or places you deem meaningful, leaving yourself with absolutely nothing. Allow the person you love to make love with someone they care for, and feel genuine happiness and joy for them. No matter how difficult your circumstances, never blame heaven, earth, society, the government, or others. Avoid arguments, conflicts, comparisons, debates, fights, or competition with anyone. In all circumstances, embody truth, kindness, beauty, love, sincerity, and faith. Do not seek a romantic partner. Instead, love all humanity, including those who have hurt you, even your enemies. Never gossip or spread rumors about others' private lives or personal affairs. Be mindful that countless people in the world are still suffering and enduring hardships. Therefore, live a simple life, free of extravagance or waste. See yourself as the most humble, incapable, and insignificant being in the world. Be deeply grateful for the food you can eat, the shelter you have, the clothes you wear, the people who interact with you, the eyes that see, the legs that walk and run, the mouth that eats and speaks, the ears that hear, and the work you can do. Cherish these blessings wholeheartedly. If you can achieve these 8 points, you will have undergone a true transformation. However, to genuinely become a celestial or Buddha, you must not only repay the karmic debts accumulated over many lifetimes and store treasures in the heavenly kingdom, but also completely replace your human consciousness with the consciousness of celestials and Buddhas. If you cannot meet these requirements, any attempt to become a celestial or Buddha through self-cultivation is utterly impossible. And there's more to it. 忘却昨日，忘却过去. Forget yesterday, leave the past behind. Jiefeng. October 2nd, 2012. Translation edited by Qin Yu. The regrets of yesterday, the disappointments of yesterday, the infatuations of yesterday, and the joys of yesterday have all become fleeting clouds. The sorrows of the past, the bitterness of the past, the hardships of the past, and the beautiful moments of the past have all vanished into thin air. Past events cannot be pursued. One must move forward. Everything from the past is a burden on the spirit. Carrying such a heavy load makes it impossible to move forward with ease. Countless bitter memories, endless regrets, unbearable remorse, heart-wrenching pain, deep disappointment, hopelessness, and even the sweetness of moonlit strolls and gatherings with friends. All these bring sorrow when recalled. Yet time is merciless and life is harsh. We are compelled to put on a brave face and muster our strength to continue the journey of life. Life is short, but the journey of life is long. We must cast off our burdens and travel lightly. Those you once hated no longer deserve your time. The things you once regretted have long settled and need no further remorse. Those you once cherished are long gone, carried away by the relentless river of time. The years of suffering have passed. The glorious days have faded and disappeared. Whether good or bad, let the past rest in the sediment of memory, buried in the dust of forgotten valleys. There is no need to revisit or linger over it. Every day, a new sun rises in the east. When the dawn's light graces the earth, we should embrace a brand new version of ourselves, with a fresh mindset, a renewed posture, and a revitalized approach to life. With this renewed spirit, we explore new paths and seek new havens. We must not let today's self remain confined to yesterday's mold. Dwelling in the mire of past years only robs us of the courage to move forward. Hearts once scarred have already been made new. Bodies once wounded are now healed and whole. The old self has drifted away like falling leaves. Awakened from the dream of the past, we remain virginal in the eyes of the greatest creator. As long as our hearts are new, everything about us is new. Regardless of how many marks of hardship and indelible memories life has left on us, if we step into new realms with a refreshed consciousness, everything will be wonderful, full of hope and promise, like a pristine land waiting to be explored. As a messenger of the greatest creator, I do not wish to hear people recount past hardships or lament over bygone sorrows. I have no interest in witnessing those weighed down by worries, feigning wisdom from their experiences. I cherish those who rise from sadness with a smile, welcoming life with renewed resilience. I admire those who face the future with confidence, energy, and enthusiasm. I delight in those who radiate vitality, thrive with exuberance, and cherish life with passion. I no longer remember the events of yesterday. I have forgotten the people of yesterday. Do not ask me to recall the past. There is nothing worth revisiting, and no one worth longing for. I treasure only the present. I value only the people of the moment. I admire only the flowers blooming before me now. Buds that once blossomed have long since withered. Sweet whispers of love have become gentle rains absorbed into the earth. Graceful postures of the past have vanished like wind-blown leaves. The lands of yesterday have transformed into oceans beyond sight. I will no longer look back at the past and neglect the steps beneath my feet. Do not tell me who likes or dislikes me, who loves or hates me. Let me experience and feel everything for myself. Those who liked me yesterday may dislike me today, and those who disliked me yesterday may like me today. Therefore, I pay no heed to gossip or idle talk. Everything is ever-changing. Everything is inevitable. Yesterday cannot surpass today, and distant relatives cannot compare to close neighbors. As flowers bloom and wither, I go with the flow and remain carefree and at ease. To pursue eternal friendship or love is the folly of mortals. To chase fame and glory is the desire of worldly people. To seek praise from loved ones and acclaim from others is a burden of the mind. I have no need for others to speak well or ill of me. I seek only inner peace, inner joy, and the unrestrained elegance of following the predestined relationship. By forgetting yesterday and forgetting the past, everything becomes so pure and untainted. Everything becomes ethereal and graceful. A heart free of attachments is that of a celestial being. A heart without clinging attains the celestial realm. Life is infinitely wonderful, and life is miraculously beautiful. 政论篇，美国千万不要驱逐非法移民。雪峰 In God we trust. 这是美国的立国之本，本立而道生，本破而道消。地球上的每一个人都是 God 的子民。保护 God 的子民是 God 的旨意，也是强者应承担的义务。一个人离开自己热爱的家乡，翻越千山万水，冒着生命危险来投奔你，这是对你的信任，也是对你的尊敬和热爱。当你拒绝他、驱赶他，那几乎是把他往绝路上逼。请问，这是 God 的旨意或意愿吗？如果不是，那 In God We Trust 还是你美国的立国之本吗？驱逐非法移民不仅会寒了非法移民的心，更会寒了全天下向往美国生活人们的心。要知道，成为美国人是当今地球上大多数人才和普通大众的心愿，人人向往并奔赴的地方，代表了当下人类最文明的制度和价值观。人们千方百计不惜冒着生命风险走线来到美国，美国应感到骄傲和自豪。如果美国驱逐非法移民寒了全世界向往美国生活人们的心，即便事事美国优先，但你驱逐前来投奔你的人，你强大了，对上帝的子民有何价值和意义？能凝聚人心的国家才是最强大的国家，人人向往的国家才是最强大的国家，这才是一个国家强大的软实力。如果认为自己拥有数量庞大的核弹和不断上升的经济指标才算强大，那无异于一个占山为王的强盗、土匪、恶霸，更无异于靠恐惧管控人民的暴君。美国地域辽阔，即便再涌进1-2亿非法移民，也不会削弱美国的强大。只要对待非法移民的政策合适， 1-2亿非法移民的涌入会让美国更加强大。想象那些走线涌入美国的人们，他们跋山涉水，冒着生命风险前来，他们的内心里蕴藏着巨大的创造力和无限的潜力。只要对待他们的政策公正，他们一定会为美国带来巨大的难以估量的活力和利益。美国的存在和强大是人类走向文明的基石，开放的美国更是吸引全球人才和劳动力的开源器。不要走向闭关锁国，更不要驱逐非法移民，否则一旦失去凝聚力，失去人们的向往之心，美国将走向颓废，走向苏联。请这么想，美国是全世界的美国，而不仅仅是美国人的美国。加拿大也一样。November 26, 2024. 美国千万不要驱逐非法移民。The United States must not deport undocumented immigrants. Jiefeng. November 26, 2024. In God we trust. This motto represents the founding principle of the United States. When the foundation is strong, the path forward is clear. When the foundation falters, the path disappears. Every person on earth is a child of God. Protecting God's children aligns with God's will, and is a duty for the strong. When someone leaves their beloved homeland, traverses mountains and rivers, and risks their life to seek refuge with you, it is an act of trust, respect, and hope. Rejecting or expelling them drives them into despair. Let me ask, is this aligned with God's will? If it is not, can In God We Trust truly remain the cornerstone of your nation? Deporting undocumented immigrants not only breaks their spirits, but also chills the hearts of countless others who dream of living in America. Becoming an American is the aspiration of countless talented individuals and ordinary people around the world. A place that so many long to reach represents the pinnacle of human civilization, embodying the most advanced systems and values of our time. Those who risk everything, enduring perilous journeys and crossing borders illegally, to come to America do so because they believe in the promise of what America stands for. This should be a source of immense pride for the nation. But if America chooses to expel undocumented immigrants and crush the dreams of those who admire it, what value does its strength truly hold for God's children, even if the nation grows stronger in other respects? A truly strong nation is one that unites hearts and inspires aspiration in people around the world. This is the true essence of a country's soft power. If a nation's strength is measured solely by stockpiles of nuclear weapons or rising economic indicators, then that strength is no different from that of a robber baron or a tyrant who rules through fear. The United States is vast. Even if an additional 100 or 200 million undocumented immigrants were to enter, it would not diminish the nation's strength. On the contrary, with the right policies, their arrival would make America even stronger. Consider the individuals who risk everything to reach the United States, enduring unimaginable hardships and dangers. These individuals embody immense creativity and boundless potential. With fair and just policies, they could infuse the nation with unparalleled energy and vitality. America's existence and strength are the cornerstone of humanity's progress toward greater civilization. An open America serves as a beacon of hope and a wellspring for global talent and labor. It must not retreat into isolation or turn its back on those seeking refuge. Deporting undocumented immigrants risks losing the very spirit that makes America great. If America forfeits its ability to inspire and unite people, it will begin to decline, perhaps following the path of the Soviet Union. Think of it this way. America is not just for Americans, it belongs to the world. The same holds true for Canada. 乌克兰胜负决定人类走向. Ukraine's outcome will shape humanity's future. Jiefeng. November 27, 2024. For nearly 3 years, a ruthless neighbor has been invading Ukraine, committing atrocities, looting, and forcibly occupying its land. It even forbids Ukraine from forming harmonious, mutually beneficial relationships with other neighbors. This is a mockery of human society and a disgraceful assault on human civilization. For over 2 years, this powerful bully has been wreaking havoc and slaughtering. This demonstrates the weakness of the forces of civilization and justice in the world today. If the world had an abundance of civilized nations, this bully would have long been expelled from Ukraine and compelled to compensate for all its losses, twice over. The aggression against Ukraine persists. If Ukraine were to lose, Humanity's hope for advancing to a higher form of civilization would be dashed, justice would vanish, and the world would descend into a hellish existence. Conversely, if Ukraine were to triumph, humanity would usher in a golden age, advancing into a higher form of civilization. For the sake of a more peaceful and beautiful tomorrow, it is imperative to defeat and utterly destroy Ukraine's oppressor, Russia. Otherwise, humanity's future will be shrouded in darkness. Allowing bullies and bandits to profit from aggression will only lead to an endless proliferation of tyrants and robbers, both large and small. Support for Ukraine's victory serves as a litmus test for determining whether an individual, a nation, or a country is civilized or barbaric. Those who stand with Ukraine are civilized. Those who support its oppressor are barbaric. In this clash between civilization and barbarism, those who remain neutral, whether they are individuals, nations, or states, are despicable. Their neutrality effectively condones, permits, and covertly aids barbarism. Imagine a village terrorized by a bully. The only way to restore harmony, peace, and happiness is for all the villagers to unite against the bully. If each villager looks out only for their own interests and refuses to help others, every villager will eventually fall victim to the bully's tyranny. If fear of the bully's strength leads to surrender, life will be lived in groans and sighs under the shadow of the bully's fist. If nuclear threats from such aggressors deter resistance, humanity will watch as they systematically annex the entire world, dragging it into an abyss of darkness. Do not think that your neighbor's suffering has nothing to do with you. If you ignore their pain, misfortune will eventually come to you. Do not think injustices suffered by others on this planet are unrelated to your life. Ignoring the suffering and injustices of others will ultimately lead you to taste the bitterness of suffering and injustice yourself. Here, I issue a warning to the United States. You are currently the pillar of human civilization and the guarantor of humanity's progress toward civilization. Your primary task is not America first, not make America great again, nor the expulsion of illegal immigrants. Your utmost priority should be to help Ukraine defeat and destroy its aggressor. You must spare no effort and employ all means necessary, using greater force to counter barbarism. Do not attempt to persuade aggressors to give up their invasion with morality,